Murrayfield, the home of Scottish rugby. In its 88-year history, the ground has seen some of the greatest moments in the sport. One man became synonymous in describing many of them. Today at the National Stadium, a bust of the voice of rugby, Bill McLaren, was unveiled by his daughter, Linda Lawson, and Scottish Rugby Union President, Donald MacLeod.
Thank you, Donald, for being here. I'm so excited about this. It's absolutely fantastic to think that Dad's going to be here for a very, very long time. And you know, he spent so many years at Murrayfield, and he has watched many a famous personality rugby-wise coming through these doors. And it's lovely to think that he's going to look at future generations of rugby players following suit. So the family are very, very honoured, very privileged, and thanks Scottish Rugby for erecting this bust here, and I'm sure we can't all wait to see it. Over to you, Donald.
Well, I was walking down the street in Leithen a few months ago, and I stopped at a shop window, Angela Hunter's shop window, and there was this magnificent bust of Bill McLaren. I said, we have to have that. And after a great deal of negotiation and discussion, and all credit to Angela, we now have the bust. And it gives me great pleasure to help Linda unveil her dad.
And welcome to the commentary box at Murrayfield. You'll already have sensed the quite unique atmosphere here in the heart of Edinburgh. I don't think Murrayfield has ever buzzed with the same air of feverish anticipation as at this very moment, as one of the great sporting occasions is about to unfold.
Always brings tears to my eyes. It's fabulous.
Angela, with the bust of Bill McLaren that you sculpted, tell me about your thoughts on Bill McLaren.
I was a very big fan of Bill McLaren, and it was his turn of phrase and fairness in his commentaries, and he put so much into them. I just thought it was a huge loss when he was no longer commentating, which was when I started doing the sculpture. It took me about a year because I was working on other work in between, but I kept going back. And I worked mainly from a video taken at Murrayfield, in which the camera went right round behind him, and he was looking from the stands up the pitch. And I just felt that I wanted to capture him just as he stopped speaking. So the mouth was slightly open, but just gazing up the pitch. And I just felt it was such an asset to the Borders, and he deserved to be remembered, and I hope I've done him justice.
This was Bill's workplace, if you like, Murrayfield Stadium. It's rather poignant that he's back here now.
I just think it's perfect, and I can't describe how I feel today to see him here at Murrayfield. I think he really does belong here. And hopefully there'll be an awful lot of people that he commentated on come through and see him still here.
Probably standing at one of the most impressive sides of this bus, because you look at that profile against the light out there, it's a remarkable likeness.
Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing to be here to see it, the bus being unveiled, and obviously the likeness is incredible, and it does bring on a number of emotions.
Okay, what are the emotions? Because this is obviously a place that's synonymous with Bill as well. His voice was heard here so many times, and I suppose you would regard this as his place of work, but I'd imagine it was more than that thing.
Yeah, I think so. This was his home in many ways. He loved coming here. He loved doing his job, and for us, it's to be just inside the doors of Murrayfield, which meant so much to him. But for us, that now his ability to see the guys come through here on a day-to-day basis and basically watch proceedings at Murrayfield for forever and a day is fantastic.
It looks as though we're going to have to leave the scarf in place, because that just seems to set the bust off.
It does, and the only thing missing is probably the Dollar Academy tie that he used to wear pretty much everywhere he went. But I think the scarf, and actually the addition of the white balls, I don't know if we can maybe try and create this out of granite as well. That would be an extra addition, but no, I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Bill would have been particularly excited at this time of year when you've got an autumn test series with South Africa, and against Australia, and you obviously played in a successful Scotland side against South Africa. So, you know, what do you make of the two games coming up?
Well, I think first and foremost, being able to get off to a winning start in the autumn is fantastic. So a good win against Japan last week has set the tone. Obviously, it's a good couple of steps up now playing against South Africa, who are, you know, they're in the top couple of teams in the world right now. They're coming in here with momentum and confidence themselves, but equally they'll come back here, and there'll be a few guys in their team who experienced a loss last time out, and you know, they'll know that they've got a real battle on their hands, and the Scots boys have got confidence and will chuck everything at them on Sunday.